She loves me. And people with low self-esteem, they want to believe this person loves them as a compensation strategy to the fact that they don't love themselves. But when you truly love yourself, you'll be like, I don't care if you love me or not. How do you treat me is more important.
Correct.
And they don't focus on the treatment.
Absolutely.
That's why all the loser men, the simps, they don't care about how the woman treats them, because that's not what they're in it for themselves, because they are not even finding themselves lovable. Okay, so their main prerogative is love. Whereas for me right now, it's like, literally the only thing I care about is, obviously I got to be attracted to her, first of all, obviously. But the next question after that is, how am I treated by her? And the question after that is, how will she treat my friends and family? Love is so far down the list. I do not care about it. It's nice. It's a bonus. Love is a nice bonus. The same way being happy is a bonus, or laughing is a bonus. Happiness is never the goal. Happiness is the consequence of completing life goals. And it's the same thing for love. Love is just the icing on the cake. If I can get all those traits in a woman and love is there, I've hit the jackpot. But if it's not really there, do I really care? Not really.
Focusing too much
I care about the treatment. Number one.
on the emotion is like paying attention to money locked in a safe at the bottom of an ocean. It's like it might be very valuable, but it's inaccessible. Maybe you love me, maybe you don't. I have to take your word for it, but I certainly don't feel it from the way that you're treating me.
Right. Yeah. And you notice that with your male clients?
But they don't care. Those guys don't care about treatment, because as long as she's there, that's love. As long as the woman's in his life, for a lot of men, that is love to him. Because they don't know any other way. They've never experienced anything else. If you've only experienced black and white television and you've never seen colour before, are you going to feel some type of way? No, you're going to keep that TV around. But if you've experienced a colour TV and you've got a black and white TV at home, you're going to be really angry about it. You're going to be wanting more. And what I'm saying is, for a lot of men, they've never experienced a woman actually treating them well, like having good treatment, like getting birthday cakes, love letters, birthday notes, massages in the morning, having a woman chase them for a bit. Most men have never ever experienced those things. So that's why they don't care about the treatment, because they never had good treatment from women to begin with. How can you miss what you've never had? There's plenty of tribes that stood around. I've never seen urban civilizations, and they don't miss anything because they've never been in it. They've never seen it before. They've never experienced it. How the hell can you miss or want something that you've never experienced? And that's men. Most men have never experienced true love before. Never. And the reason that I'm so, let's say, moved by this is because I know how easy it is, even for me, to have been that man. It's not hard to be that guy. All I would have to do is not be hardworking as I am, not be as ambitious. And I'm blessed because I've got high IQ, good parents, had a good upbringing, so I'm in a good position to win. But a lot of men, man, they will never get to experience what men like me have experienced. A woman chasing you? A woman buying you a drink at the bar? What? I mean, I've told guys, like, a number of times, this doesn't happen all the time, but a lot of times, women have bought me drinks at the bar. They're so happy just to want me that they've bought me drinks at the bar. Listen, I've been proposed to 4 times over the course of my life. 4 times. Heck, I know women that have never been proposed to their whole life, and they're women. But as a man, I've been proposed to 4 times. Most men will never, ever get to understand that feeling where the family is so desperate for you to marry their daughter. They're so desperate to you guys to come together. All the cousins, all the aunties, everyone wants you to marry her. And I've had that experience at least a dozen times now, where it's like I'm a walking like angel now. Like, you can marry her, take her. All the cousins saying that. All the aunties are saying that. All her mother and father are saying that. Because once you become that high value guy, you're wanted. You're in demand. But most guys will never get to experience what I've experienced. Never. Never. Because they're not of that value. And guess what? They never will be. They haven't got the traits. They haven't got the fundamentals down. And a lot of them are lazy. But that's irrelevant. The point is, most of them will never get to experience. And that's why they don't care about good treatment, because they've never, ever experienced it before, Sadia and Orion. And Orion, you should know this because you were once that guy. I mean, from what I can remember, you were working in like theatre and you weren't that much of a successful, high-value man. So you know exactly what the feeling is.
As well, that they focus on the fact that she might... Or is
They can.
They can do that.
But I think the real issue with bad treatment in a relationship is a man, for whatever reason, has already decided this is the one I want. This is the one I want to go the distance with. This is the one I want to marry and start a family with.
Yeah.
And they've emotionally committed and made a decision prior to sufficiently vetting the woman. And now they're kind of like behind the eight ball, and they're realizing...
They don't care about that, because as long as the woman says yes, they're in. They don't care about if the woman treats them well. They don't care if the woman's going to cheat even. I've seen plenty of those women with my own eyes, believe me. All they care about is if she's going to say yes. For a lot of men, if a woman just says yes to the marriage, that is a win for him. And I just find that so crazy, because like, I would never do that. For me, she's got to say yes, plus she's got to have all these traits and requirements that I need to put on her. But for most men, all the other requirements mean nothing, irrelevant. As long as she says yes, as long as she just wants to have that title of his wife, he is down and in the game, baby. That's the only requirement that the majority of men have. As long as she says yes, he's in. That is the win, because most women would never say yes to him. So to find that one girl that says yes to him, that makes his entire life. Oh, that is so sad, man. That is so sad, because I could never live like that. I could never live like that, man. I'm all about abundance, man. I couldn't imagine in a world where only one woman would want me. Because that ain't the life that I'm in right now. I have the options. I can pick and choose. I just can't imagine a life where you only have one woman to choose from. One. And that woman doesn't even love you like that. For most men, that's better than having no woman at all. Look, most of us that are watching this, you pick your food today based on the other things that you want, that you could have. Okay, so it's like, I'm having salmon today. I could have had beef. I could have had chicken, but I'm not really feeling it. So I'm going to have salmon and mashed potatoes, let's say. You're basing that option based on all the other options. You're not picking the salmon because there's no other food to eat. For most of us watching here, you have a choice of what to eat today. By the way, you're very lucky, because a lot of the world don't have that choice. But a lot of men do not have a choice of what women they're going to have in their lives forever. They're picking that woman because they have no other choice. If you're watching this right now, the chances are your man hasn't picked you because he likes you. He's picking you because you're the only one that said yes to him. Unless you have a high value man who has had options, you will never know if your man even likes you for you. He's just happy that you're there. He's just happy that he has someone to go to bed with that night. He's just happy that his relationship status on Facebook is now in a relationship. He's just happy that he can walk to those weddings and parties with a +1. How you treat him, how you love him, how you take care of him is irrelevant. What a sad place for men to live in.
Less than flattering traits.
And that's why there's incels. Most men have given up completely because there is just nothing else for them. Now, am I saying it's not their fault? Hell no. Any man, unless you have an exceptionally low IQ, can become successful in something. They can climb at least one hierarchy and become at least a little bit higher than average. So I blame men. I blame men. But that doesn't change the reality. The reality is most men get ignored. Most men don't get dates. Most men don't get the kind of woman they actually want. Most men don't get good sex. Most men, even if they get into a relationship or into a marriage, they don't get a good treatment from their woman. They don't get taken care of though they want to get taken care of. They have a mediocre life. They have a life that they did not dream of when they were 5. How many men can honestly tell themselves and say, I'm having the life that I dreamt of when I was a kid? Very, very, very few men. Very, very few men. Most men wake up every day and it's like, this is rubbish. My life is dead. They turn into incels and then they start hating women on a deep level. And that's quite self-defeating, because with that attitude, you'll never win with women. You can't acquire what you hate, idiots. But because they believe and actually know they're so far down the totem pole, so far the dominance hierarchy, that they'll never get a woman really, they just give up completely. Even though they could improve their skills, even though they could become better, stronger, more valuable, higher status, wealthier, they could become those things, but they're just so low down. It's like, I'm so far behind this race, I'll never catch up. And for a lot of them, that could be true. But for many of them, they could turn it all around. But in today's day and age, we have this defeatist mindset running rampant through this society. And many people would rather just defeat upon themselves, auto-defeat, rather than just stick it out and become better. Not me though, and hopefully not you. Your life as a man is determined by what you put into this life. You dictate your success. You dictate where you're going to go. You dictate who you're going to be. You dictate where you're going to be. You dictate how you're going to be in this life. It's all on you. You're in a free country. Well, mostly free. And for those that don't think that this is a free country, go to other countries far away from here, and you see, you'd come back running to the West, realizing that this is a free country. Overall, it's a free country. Yeah, we've got a few, not much free speech as it used to be. Yeah, there are a few socialist ideologies and socialist schemes happening. Yeah. But overall, this is a free country here in the West, okay? You decide how successful you're going to be. There is no one else to blame if you were born in the West but you for your long-term success. It's all in your hands. Stop blaming the world. Stop blaming your parents. Stop blaming your education. Stop blaming this, that, the government, that, Labour Party, Conservative Party, Nigel Farage, Nick Clegg, Boris Johnson, Priti Patel. What happens in the White House does not affect your house. But what happens up there affects everything to do with your life. Your mindset is the most singular thing as to what will contribute to your long-term success. It's all up to you. And that's what's so beautiful about living in the West. Yeah, it's scary because that means responsibility. But in the end, in the final analysis, it's the best thing ever because you actually have the control of where you end up. And that's something that too many of us take for granted in this country. We have these socialists, we have these leftists. Oh my God, it's the government for always blaming the world instead of blaming themselves first. Because if they only knew how much power was inside of them, they could make a difference and become stronger, better, more efficient, wealthier, higher status. It's all in their hands. But they'd rather believe in the more easy to stomach lie. It feels so good to know that, yeah, it's not your fault, you're perfect, you're infallible. It's so easy to believe into that because it takes away all the responsibility away from you. But in order to become a man, you have to take on as much responsibility as humanly possible. Battle through the storms, climb the mountains, traverse the seas. That is what's going to make you win in this world. It's on nobody else. It's all on you.